What is going on, everybody? What is up? What is up? What is up on this amazing Wednesday? Let me see what we got in the chat. What's going on, Chrissy? What's up, LaKendra, Dominique, Latanya? Listen, I won't be before you guys long, but I want to tell you something. I'm so excited to be here today. The time is now. The time is now. For those of you guys that I have not had the opportunity to meet, my name is Daryl Drake, and I've been in the industry of network marketing for a little over 10 years now. I got started. I was going door to door selling alarm systems, and a buddy of mine came to me and he said, "Hey, listen, I met a guy who said that he's earning about $30,000 per month off of something called residual income." And at the time, I couldn't even pronounce it. I went home so excited. I was telling my parents that I was going to start making some residual income. And they said, "That's why you shouldn't have dropped out of school." And so, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a journey since then, creating an organization that had done over 100 million in sales, being able to personally mentor and coach thousands and tens of thousands of people, earning personally over $10 million in commissions and helping multiple people earn anywhere between 6 to 7 figures. But tonight, it's not about me. Tonight is about a movement that if you're watching this call tonight, you're no stranger to me. Maybe a few of you might be, but this is a very intimate call. This is a call that really was designed for our core group, for the people that we want to kind of get ahead of what it is that we're about to be talking about tonight. So if you know anything about the Rebirth, you know that we are all about faith, family, finance, fitness. And if it doesn't have a little bit of fun in it, we don't want any parts of it. And so I'm excited tonight because, anytime that I decide to do any type of alignment, I always look at a few different things. And one of the most important things that I look at is really the head of what's happening. And I'm excited tonight because I get to introduce you to someone who actually inspired my journey here in network marketing. That's right. Over 15 years ago, I was sitting inside the nosebleed seats at a convention with probably 15, maybe even 20,000 people. I don't know. It felt very close to that number. I felt very small in that room, but that was the event that made me believe. I seen this gentleman on stage with his kids and his wife, and he was talking about how he was earning, I think at the time, 600,000 a year in income. Mind you, this is like 2008. And I said, man, I like this guy. I like the way he takes care of the family. I like the way he carries himself. I like his jokes. I said, man, maybe one day I'll be able to meet this guy. And it took years and years and years for me to be able to run, cross paths with him. I was able to see what he was able to do inside of his NuVision organization. And I tell you, I can sit here and really just talk about everything that he's been able to accomplish in the industry. But I won't take his story from you, but I want you to know that you're at the right place at the right time. Many of you know what we've been able to do, not even just over the last 12 months, but over the last 8 to 10 years, you've been able to see what I've been able to do in this space, what some of our other leaders have been able to do in this space. And this is the most exciting time. I've never been more excited and more sure about what it is that we're about to do than I have of anything, honestly. I feel like this is going to be an opportunity for the average person to win. I feel like this is going to be an opportunity to finally stand behind something and have pride in it, knowing that it is a service that actually really makes a difference. And for the first time, I can confidently say that I believe that this is the vehicle to help people have fun, to get the finances back going, to get their fitness right, to get their mental right. And I do believe that this is going to be a vehicle where 100 people will cross over that 6-figure income. And how do I know that? Because listen, I believe that success leaves clues, right? I believe success leaves clues. So as I introduce you guys to the gentleman that's going to actually be hosting the call tonight, I want you to understand something. He's been in this industry and in this company. He's been in the company the same amount of time, really, that he's been in the industry. He's been 26 years in the company, one of the top income earners, if not the top income earner in the deal. But more importantly, because, if you leave it to him, he's not going to even talk about that. What he wants to talk about, I'm sure, is, I'm a firm believer. I used to hear my grandmother say, you can judge a tree by the fruit that it bears. And this guy has single-handedly slammed dunked the definition of pinnacle leadership. I mean, this guy has an organization. Follow me here. An organization that has been paid close to 600 million in commissions. So the information that I'm going to talk to you about tonight, we're not on trial here. No pun intended. You'll understand why I said that later. Right? We're not on trial here. We're not here trying to figure out if this thing works. What we're going to talk about tonight is really just a vision. And we are sure that this thing works because there has been hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that have proven that to be so. So without further ado, I want to bring to the stage someone that the industry looks up to, multiple 7-figure, 8-figure earner. I don't know anyone who has an organization that has been paid 600 million in sales, but more importantly, he really is patient. He leads with his heart. And at this point, he could really be done in the industry, but he's decided that it's not over. He has a new vision, and I'm excited to marry the rebirth with a new vision movement. So, Mr. Self, are you on? Yes, you are on stage. Take the call away, sir.
I appreciate that. It's an honor to be here with you and to be partnered with you. I know that we have worked together, but not in this capacity. And so it is an honor to be here. Thank you for the kind words. I'm real quickly going to share with you a little bit about my Dun & Bradstreet, my background, share with you a little bit about who we are, what we do, and what Daryl Drake and some of our other partners have come together in a very important mission and movement, by the way, to make a living and make a difference at the exact same time. So I'm honored to be able to share this information with you all. So I'm going to go right through some slides here. So whoever's hosting can help me out here. This would be great for me to share with you guys exactly what we're doing. So my wife and I have been married for 31 years. We're from the DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia area. We also have a spot here in Houston where I am today. We're in Houston about 70% of the time, in Maryland about 30% of the time. But we have 4 amazing young adults. My wife worked at Black Entertainment Television, BET, and I worked as a retail manager. I worked 60 to 80 hours a week. If you ever work retail management, you know my hours. When the store opened, I opened it. And when it closed, I closed it. We call it stretch in retail. When people called in sick, I had to go in. I was the manager. The weekends were the most important times in retail, in the men's and women's clothing. That was the busiest time. So I was always there. So I missed out on everything that happened in my personal life on the weekends. My kids' sporting events, birthday parties, family reunions, church. If it happened on a Saturday or Sunday, you can count me out. So at 25 years old, I just decided I didn't want to do that for the rest of my life. And so I quit my job, which I don't advise, to seek out entrepreneurial ventures. And I was bitten by the entrepreneurial bug. I knew at that point, I definitely didn't want to work for anybody else for the rest of my life. From 25 to almost 29, so about 4 years, I went on a downward spiral financially. And but I had great support. My wife has always supported me. In fact, at one point, she worked 3 jobs. But because of the business we'll talk about today, a year later, and this is what she told me, y'all. She said, if you make in a month what I make in an entire year at BET, then I'll quit my job. In a little bit more than a year after being involved with this project, we did that. So she walked away with our son, Makai, who's 25 years old now, on maternity leave. We call it eternity leave because she never went back. So at 29 years old, my wife walked away from that job and she's been job free. And so have I since we've been in our 20s. And so we're honored to be able to share with you this information today. Most of our income today is a residual, reoccurring, predictable cash flow, which I'm really excited about sharing with you guys. It's subscription based. So it's not internal consumption that'll make sense to you a little bit later. And all that means is that if we walk away today, we have a book of business that will continue to pay us, like if you're paying for Netflix, et cetera. No matter where you are in the world, if you decide to watch a movie today or not, you're still paying that Netflix bill. And that's how we get paid. So most of our income is already coming in every morning before I'm blessed to open up my eyes. And so what an opportunity for all of you, no matter what your age is, to do something today and still get paid for it 20, 30 years from now. And I'm proof of that. In fact, we have 40,000 people in our company earning a residual income right now. And that's huge, right? And many of them are not active, by the way. So my wife and I, as Mr. Drake said, have been blessed to help a lot of people. And I think that's the biggest part about what we do. Here's some of the folks from Hawaii, from Canada. We do business in the United States and Canada, by the way. From police officers to former professional athletes, medical professionals, those who didn't have a GED, you name it. And as Mr. Drake said, the reason why I showed this slide is not to brag or boast or to be pompous or arrogant. It's because, again, I don't believe you have to spend a lot of time explaining what type of tree you are when you can show people your fruit. And so we have we're blessed to have over 100 people to wear six-figure ring who've made over $100,000 within a 12-month time frame, and some have gone on to become millionaire club members. This slide right here is just a slide I show because it is antiquated thinking to think you have to be at a location to earn income now. You can be anywhere. And a few months ago, my wife and I took a trip to Morocco, which is beautiful, by the way. This is the Agafe Desert I'm showing right now, a stone desert in North Africa. And while we were gone for a week and a half, we made more money in Africa. We don't even do business in Africa than we did when we were here in the States. How's that possible? It's called subscription based. I'll show you that today. So no matter where you are, and I love traveling, whether it be the Olympics or Iceland and Blue Lagoon, all the places we're blessed to go with our kids, we continue to get paid the same amount. And I think that's important. People are tired of get rich quick. Companies that are here today, gone tomorrow. They're looking for a home. They're looking for something solid they can believe in. And our company's been around since 1972. We're not a startup company. We're not wondering if it works. We're not asking people and their opinion on whether they think it works or not, just whether you want to participate and get a piece of what's already proven to work. We have 4 million lives plus that we protect across the United States and Canada. So we have 4 million customers or users of our services. And our vision is simple: to provide equal access to the liberty, equality, opportunity, and justice that all of us deserve. Now, what we do is something that's very disruptive, just like Amazon did to the retail space and Spotify's done to the music space. If you're my age, you remember you had to go buy a whole album, even if you only liked one song. And then CDs came out, but now you can literally download a song to your Apple Music store or Spotify, and you can listen to whatever you want. We know that Netflix did that to Blockbuster, the video rental space. Uber did it to the transportation space. Airbnb is doing it to the accommodation space. So that's all disruptive. You take something, you shake it up, and people are like, hold up, how'd that happen? Well, we did that with the justice system, because the justice system, unfortunately, has not been affordable. At $300, $400 or more an hour for a lawyer, we've been priced out of that justice system. Until today, we're leveling the legal playing field for the first time in North America. Now, before you close your ears to me, because when I first took a look at this, I was 28 years old, and I'm thinking, legal? Hold up. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I don't break the law. And that was my own naivety for thinking that way. But I quickly realized that bad things happen to good people too. Good people are treated unfairly, taken advantage of, overcharged for repairs, or profiled. And I started thinking about it that way. And I thought, man, I should be proactive, right? You'd rather have this and not need it than to need it and not have it. And so we have 3 plans. I'm going to go over kind of our middle of the road plan, which is our most popular plan. It's $37.95 a month. For $1 a day, you have access to what I'm going to go over right now. This is huge, guys. We have disrupted the judicial system, where even lawyers, I have friends of lawyers who even have this service, because not every lawyer knows every area of law, like every doctor doesn't know every area of medicine. Plus, if I have a situation like my daughter did in Atlanta, my buddy Dwayne, who's a lawyer in Northern Virginia, he wouldn't have known the traffic laws in Atlanta. So my daughter had a phone in her hand, and the officer gave her a ticket. The lawyer that we had with Legal Shield said, if this is your first offense and you can show the judge that you have the device that holds your phone, and if you don't have that, just order one, send me a screenshot. I'll go to court for you and talk to the judge. It's thrown out of court in the state of Georgia if it's your first offense and you now can show the judge that you have the device. I would have never known that and wouldn't have called a lawyer to find out if I didn't have Legal Shield. But if you don't know your rights, you don't have any. That's why this is so powerful. We paid a one-time $79 to have a lawyer go to court to represent us on the moving traffic violation. But they'll give you consultation. They'll write letters and make phone calls on your behalf. This is at no additional cost. You know how powerful this is to be able to pick up the phone and say, look, can they do this to me? Is this right? This doesn't feel good. And they say, well, no, they actually can't. We'll write a letter for you, which they've done. Wrote a letter for me for a situation I was having with a custom sofa I had ordered. And guess what? The same company says, not our policy, is nothing we can do. Send someone out to see if they can repair it. If not, they said they'll replace it, which they end up having to replace it. My point is, you can use this for any situation you can think of. They'll help you out with your living will, estate planning. Most of us don't have a will. I didn't have one before Legal Shield. My dad, who passed a few years ago, thank God for Legal Shield, ended up getting a will in place. Listen, people go to probate. Siblings no longer speak. Don't put your family through that. We give you one at no cost just for having our services. Listen, you can start using our services right away. The only thing you have to wait for is 10 days for moving traffic violations and 180 days for the domestic situations like uncontested child adoption, divorce. My aunt went through a divorce, saved thousands of dollars, guys. The most powerful part is 24-hour access, 7 days a week in emergency situations. You're being questioned, detained, or arrested. You have a right to remain silent, a right to a lawyer. You know your Miranda. Most people don't. They argue back and forth with law enforcement, or they say, "Here, can I call my mom? Can I call my pastor?" No, you don't have a right. And I can tell you story after story after story, because I've been doing this for 27 years as of next month, where people have had access to this because they've been questioned, detained, or arrested. I'll tell you one last story. A young lady, she's coming from visiting her elderly dad, and she's in Pennsylvania. And the officer pulled over. It's a dark road. And so now she's worried because she knows that profiling takes place. The officer said, license, registration. She said, "May I ask why I'm being pulled over?" He said, "Yeah, you have a broken tail light." And she knew she didn't. And she's like, "I don't think I do." And he says, "Well, I need to check your tags." She's thinking he's changing his story now. And she's like, if I'm being question detained, I'd love to call my lawyer. He said, "You got a lawyer at 1 a.m? "Yes, sir." Got the lawyer on the phone. The lawyer says, "Is your intention to question or detain my client? And if so, can I ask why?" And the officer changed his whole story and said, "No, we were just checking to make sure everything was okay with her." Tapped her hood and said, "Have a nice night, ma'am." Guys, this is the power of having access. And we get to offer this. We get to make a difference while we make a living. Less than 3% of people in North America have a legal plan, period. So even though we're a company that's solid, we have an opportunity in the industry that's wide open. And we've made all our money with less than 3%. Imagine just going to 4% or 5%. That's why I'm excited for everyone watching this right now. Listen, how do we do this? This is the number one question I've gotten. How do you do this for $1 a day? What kind of lawyer is this? Have they passed the bar? Are they behind bars? Did they spend time at the bar? I've heard the jokes, but it's not your dollar or my dollar, but over 1 million people paying $1 a day. And that's why we're growing so fast, guys. We have a portfolio of services. So whether it's a gun owner's plan, commercial driver's plan, small business plan, right? Because I invested in a trucking company, barbershop, rental property. So I have other businesses that shoot off cash flow for me. And I have this small business plan to protect those businesses. And it's been great, guys, for my rental properties to be able to call my lawyer and have them assist me in several situations that I've had to use them for. Identity theft is a fast growing crime. We have a product called ID Shield. We give you access to your credit score, which you may or may not want to see, but we're going to show you anyway. We monitor everything that matters: social security number, address, emails, date of birth, even the dark web. We alert you and let you know if someone's accessed your information right here on my app. And it's scary because once you start receiving these alerts, you'll start thinking, man, how often were people accessing my information? I just didn't know it. And a lot of people think it's financial. That's less than 30% of identity theft cases. Most of the cases are non-financial situations. So if you have this with your banking institution, they should be protecting you anyway, right? Credit repository, there are ways that you can write dispute letters, but we're talking about your identity, right? And this is why this is so important. You're being pulled over for a routine traffic violation, but there's a bench warrant out for your arrest for something you didn't do, but someone did in your name. It's hard to explain that it is you, but not the you they're looking for. We do all of that. We do a sex offender search within a 5-mile radius of whatever address you put in. We have a VPN, a virtual private network, to make sure that when you're in a public place, like I just got back in town today, and when I'm in the airport, my VPN pops on so that my public Wi-Fi turns into a secure Wi-Fi connection. Guys, we do all of that, but more importantly, we restore your identity back to pre-theft status. If you know companies, we offer this as an employee benefit. We have over 30,000 companies that offer this as an employee benefit. Big companies, Lululemon, huge corporations. And what we do is we go in and offer it as an employee benefit. I have colleagues that earn 6 figures a year. One of my partners makes $300,000 a year without building a team. It's rare in our industry to make that kind of money without having a team. And so if you're in that space, insurance agents, brokers, financial advisors, people that already have a book of business, or people that offer benefits already, this is a huge alignment, a great vertical for them to go and offer this as well. Who's covered on the identity theft plan? You can get an individual plan for $19.95 that just covers 3 devices, or you can get the family plan that covers 15 devices for $34.95. Member perks, we give you 400 vendors to give you a discount. We list like 25 here, but whether it's Gold's Gym, Costco, Samsung, I bought my daughter a Jeep Wrangler, brand new, save $2,300 because of the auto buying program. So make sure you check out your members perks. We give you that at no cost just because you're a member of Legal Shield. Listen, are you generating the right type of income? I don't know why my PowerPoint came out that way, but listen, linear income is also called transactional income. You trade your time for money. Leverage income, passive income, it comes in even while you're busy. And residual income, a subscription-based income where you can walk away from it and it will continue to come in. That's my favorite income. That's why my wife and I have the peace of mind that we've had in our late 30s, 40s, and 50s. And it is nothing like, guys, listen, people have not prepared for retirement. And depending on what's going on in the economic environment, even that can be questionable. And so we're going to share with you how you can add this to your financial portfolio, a residual income. So let's talk about how we get paid 3 different ways real quickly. Number one, we get paid upfront, $80 after your membership's process, direct deposit. So we get opportunity to get paid every day. So $80. So someone wants this $37.95 legal plan I went over. Of course, they can get the $49.95 plan. You'll see that in the person's site who invited you to check this out. You can just click the legal plan for you, right? $37.95 is our most popular plan. $34.95 for the ID Shield plan. Together, that's $72.90. Someone says, I want that. They go to your website, they click on it. The company sends you $80 the next day after that's processed. Direct deposit into the account that you're going to choose on your website. After you get your first 5 customers, you get a raise. Now you're making $100 on your 6th customer, 7th customer, 8th customer. Guys, this is huge. Right now, look, you can also build a team. You can go all the way to the top, by the way, by just sharing customers. You can also share this with getting customers. We call them members. But you can also build a team. For an example, get 3 members. Those are 3 customers, 3 people that just want the services. One of those people decides they want to become an associate like you. So one time $99 to become an associate here with Legal Shield. So they're like, I'm gonna start my own Legal Shield business. So it's called it 3-in-1. 3 customers, one becomes an associate. You get a promotion to senior associate. So now your 4th customer, you're making $100. 5th customer, $100. You guys can do the math. 10 customers, that's $1,000 in a day, in a week, in a month. It's up to you. This is huge, guys. Do this in your first 20 days and go to an in-person training class because the company keeps data. So we know those who go to training classes have way more success than those who don't. They're gonna pay you $400 because you got your 3-in-1 and went to an in-person training class in your first 20 days. $400, guys, plus your commissions. Then introduce 2 more business partners, 2 more people to get started for $99. And together, you and those 3 people, because you have 3 people in your team, get anywhere between 5 and 8 customers. You call it $300 in premium, right? Every dollar that's turned into Legal Shield is $1 of premium. So about 3 business partners, check this out. And together, you guys get between 5 and 8 customers. That can come from one person or just you. That's another $500 bonus when you do that in your first 45 days. Now, with our team NuVision, we tell people, listen, your first 5 to 10 days, let's help you to do this. That's $1,200 between the bonuses and the commissions, right? I won't go over all the particulars, but just know that you can go all the way up to 416. My oldest son is at 416. I'm like, son, 20 people go to your website, 2 say yes, you make $800 a day just off of you getting 2 customers with no team. Your team goes and does something. This is huge. Let's say I'm on your team. You're an executive director. You're at 416. Darnell's on your team. I'm at 80. Now, when I share the service, I make 80. You make 20 plus 32 plus 46 plus 68 plus 85 plus 85 for $336 for every time I market a service and get paid 80. It's called a differential compensation plan. So if today you're a manager, check this out. You're at 132. Darnell's on your team. I'm at 80. So whenever I share the service, you make the difference between 80 and 132. That's $52 if you're doing the math. And it's over there, 32 plus 20. So every time I make 80, you make 52. You guys getting this? This is for the busy people watching this. There's never been a compensation plan like this. I introduced my buddy Mike. Mike delivered mail in Georgetown. Listen, he made 6 figures his first year in Legal Shield. Quit his job as a mailman because he never made 6 figures running from dogs. That year, the company sent me the difference, which is $30,000. I wasn't mad if he made more than me. That's $100,000. He was happy. I was happy. I made $30,000 for something I didn't do. So when my wife and I had 10 people on our team making 6 figures, the company sent us 30,000 times 10, 300,000. When 20 people on our team started making 6 figures, the company sent us 600,000. 30 people, 900,000. So my wife and I had over 40 people earning 6 figures before I turned 40 years old. And that's how we start earning a 7-figure income. Not because we stepped on other people and kept them down or below us, or because we forced them to order a bunch of stuff. We got paid because we lifted other people up and bought them with us. We only get paid off the success of others, not the order of others. You see this? So you can't order a bunch of lawyers. So the key here is the success of people. You get paid based on it. You don't have people join if you don't want them to succeed, because we only get paid for my memberships and the amount of people that we help succeed. That's it, guys. On the 13th month, by the way, we pay you another 10% of what we paid you up front. all over again. We call residual income. On the second year, we send you 20%, all over again. Third year, fourth year, for the life of the customer, 10%. All right, that's what the majority of my wife's and I income. My wife and I are blessed to have 176,000 customers that pay every month outside of our distributors. Okay. By the way, we have all expense paid trips. It's not the top 10, top 20, top 100. We send 700 people to Riviera Maya. We got unlimited amount of people we're taking to the Dominican, Hyderabad, the whole resort. That's how Legal Shield's been doing it for years. This isn't anything new, okay? Even though the comp plan is new. Listen, if you want to make a quick $1,000, again, just go out and get your first 3 recruits for $99. Together, you guys get $300 in premium, which is between 5 and 8 customers. It's actually $1,200. We just call it $1,000 because it's the Comma Club. Listen, here's what you got to do. To become an associate, it's a one-time $99. It's a willable book of business. You get paid up front. You got alignment with personal mentors. All you have to do is get started and become a member and use the services yourself so you can believe in it, guys. And then become an associate so we can help you get paid right away. We get paid quickly. The only ongoing expense is $24.95. That's for your back office, your CRM, customer relationship management tools, videos, all the things that we're going to replicate for you once you get started. So I'm excited for you guys. I'm looking forward to working with you all, looking forward to helping you all elevate. And I can't wait to hear your testimonies. I know we're going to create a bunch of part-timers who make extra income and a bunch of full-timers who make way more than extra income. Mr. Drake, back over to you, sir.
Well, don't go nowhere because I really want people to understand, right? It's one thing to hear it, but it's another thing to actually put it into action. Yeah. And for the sake of time, I won't go over every single person, but let me tell you, we've had a handful of people that have made thousands already. Mr. Self, we've been in the business less than, safe to say, less than 5 days, 6 days.
Yeah, about roughly. 5 days. Yeah.
We have a few people that have made some good money. Some of them can't come up right now, but we have one. We have two people for sure. Let me see do we have Brielle on the back line? Let's see. Let me see, because I want people to really understand what's happening here. And I'm not talking about 1,000. In a month, right? I came from a place in this industry where if I sat with a family, Mr. Self, and I convinced them to get started with the opportunity, they pay an enrollment fee, right? And then they buy a product. If they bought one product, it'd be about $80 after shipping and handling. And then from there, I'd make about a $20 commission on that. But now I can sit with a person, extend an opportunity to them, the same cash output, right? The same $80, but in this case, it's only $72. And really at the position that I'm at right now, you're talking about $400 on a 30-minute conversation. I do that 10 times a month. I'm not even talking about a downline, a team, none of that. I'm talking about just my own efforts. You're talking about me making basically $5,000 a month off of protecting families.
I know.
At the height of my career, Mr. Self, my biggest month in network marketing was just under 500,000. And at that time, I had somewhere around, 60 to 80,000 active distributors. And when I really started to do the homework in that and really look at the numbers, I said, man, you got a couple thousand people paying anywhere between 40 to 120 to 220 a month. And it's great. The products were amazing. But I'm sitting here saying, I do the same work here, collect the same dollar amount, and you're going to pay me upwards of $400. So I get paid enough money now, and I get paid overrides, and I get paid on my book of business. And I know you were talking about the stats the last time we were together. You were saying 75% of the people that get this membership actually keep it. So we're not sitting there, trying to convince people to buy something or sign a subscription because we want them to. But this is just this is like a Netflix, a AAA. Life insurance is something that once people have, they want to keep it, huh?
Yeah, and we didn't even go over, and for those who decide to partner with us, we didn't go over the leadership bonuses. Like every time you help someone go manager, there's another $1,200 that pays out to that executive, like your level. So 10 people you help just go to our core rank. That's $12,000 on that one incentive. So there's a bunch of other incentives.
Wow.
But, we unlike what I hear in the industry a lot, we just like for people to get started and say, man, they even tell me about this, not, oh, they ain't tell me about that. Like there's a difference, right? And that's why I'm really excited about everyone, really more importantly, being a part of this movement, because we do need to help a lot of people out here who need to have access to justice.
Well, as we wrap up this call, I do want to bring my wingman, my business partner, someone that made, my success possible, in previous endeavors, put together $1 billion organization. None other than Miss Twyla Portis. Are you on the back line, ma'am?
Absolutely. Can you hear me?
We can hear you clear. Did you hear this information that we just went over?
Yeah, absolutely. As I was listening to Mr. Self speak, how you doing? Welcome back.
Thank you.
We're glad that you made it back safely and right off the plane, right into just helping us launch the business. I just want to take a moment really quickly, because I know that those that are watching right now, and there'll be others that'll watch the replay, that when I called you up, I was looking for 3 things. I was looking for community, professionalism. I was looking for a compensation plan that yields residual income where we could build a real book of business. And the average person could earn an extra $500 to $1,000. And we were looking for leadership where, people who had never been in network marketing before or just wasn't even an entrepreneur could literally get personal growth and development. And we found that, here in Legal Shield, and found that with you. But as Drake was speaking and talking, I got a call today, and I want to just share this really quickly. I've been in the industry for 27 years, and you know what? I don't have a book of business, so I'm jealous, right? You've been in for 27 years, and whether you get out of bed or not, whether your feet hit the floor or not, we're talking about an 8-figure income. So congratulations.
Thank you.
I just want the people who are watching to see the difference, have done a lot of work, made a lot of money, but that book of business is gone, right? But when I got the call today and the lady said, how much is it to get started? And tell me how I can make $1,000. And I said, $99 to get started one time. You don't have to think about that anymore. And you pick up the membership, the legal plan, and the identity theft. That's our most popular plan, $72.90. Now, you want to earn $1,000, just go get 12 of those plans. That's $960. Do a quick call like we're doing tonight with your friends or family. Boom, you've got 12 people on the plan. You don't even have to recruit anybody. And she was like blown away. I say, now that's going to take you to senior associate. We're going to pay you to go to training. I don't know if you guys heard that. He said he's going to pay you to go to training. That's $400. And at senior associate, you pick up a $500 bonus. So that's $900, guys. That's not even including your plans that you sold. And so, Mr. Self, I want people to understand that this comp plan is explosive.
Yeah.
Right. And where we come from, we could earn money, but man, that was over years of working. And here it's so easy to get to director. You're talking about, being able to literally put some incredible money in your pocket. And so I'm excited about that. I'm excited for the people that are partnering here with us tonight, and that we really have an opportunity where people can get exactly what it is that they want. I'll say this, and this is the last thing I'll say so we can turn it over. I was on the plane with Mr. Self, and he wrote this game plan out for me. All right. And it's a game plan of $500,000. I could do that as quick, as slow as I want. But the mere fact that it could be written, right, was incredible. And so I know we're talking about the money a lot tonight because that's what people need. And not to mention that, we all typically are in business to turn a profit. And when we help other people get access to justice, that's an even more meaningful, passion. So I'm excited, to say the least. And we're just ready to, get this party started. So, yeah, thank you so much for being here tonight. And thank you for, just paving the way in the industry. And so, guys, we are partnering with someone who has been in a company 27 years or 25 years.
It'll be 27 in September.
27 years, 8-figure earner, and have multiple 6-figure earners and above in his organization. So there's no doubt that you've got the blueprint. So we're excited about that. And I think right now we just want you to get back with the person that invited you here tonight, and just go ahead and get yourself started. We are truly excited about this movement. I think that it is going to, okay, I need to bring Brill up. All right, looks like we're not closing. I need to bring Brill. Is she on the back? Is she on the back line?
Hi, I am. I'm here. Can you hear me?
All right. Well, awesome. We hear that you've got an incredible story, the testimony you want to share with us tonight.
I think it's pretty incredible. So basically what happened is my best friend called me about a week ago, and she's like, hey, Bree, I have this company that helps families and it gets legal protection. And I said to myself, okay, Nick, you have a lot of things. Like, tell me a little bit more before I get excited this time. And as she was talking about it, I recognized the company. I said, okay, this is Legal Shield. Somebody told me about this 18 years ago. Wow. Now, that's not relevant, except that what that means to me is that the company is still in business. So 18 years later, somebody I know is still making money off this company. So I was like, okay, tell me a little bit more. And then she tells me she made $1,300 in her first, just by helping a couple of people. I think it was like 5 people. And then she went to a fast start meeting, which is the one that you were just talking about, and she got an additional $100. So, I'm like, yeah, okay, of course, we're gonna make money here. So I know that this call was about helping people and it's about changing lives. But in addition to that, in all the companies that I've been in, I think it is important to know that the compensation plan works, and that people who have actually worked the compensation plan and that it's worked for them. So for me, I said, okay, let's jump in. And so my personal testimony is, I said, okay, I have a transportation company. How does this work for me in transportation? So she showed me how to put 7 of my drivers in, how to get plans for all of them. And with those 7 people, I was able to make $560 day one, right? And then I registered for my Fast Start class, which obviously is going to give me another $400. And then, because I did that, I get the $500 bonus. So I'm on track within 10 days to make $1,900. Again, I say that because we don't make financial claims. I'm not saying, hey, everybody's going to come out the gate making almost $2,000. But what I would say is I was skeptical. This is not something that I'm super familiar with, and I was able to do it. I'm not in the industry, transportation, but I was able to make this work for me and my family and my son, and so I'm excited. I can't wait to get started more and really use the plan. That's it.
Yay. That is amazing. Congratulations to you. That is an incredible story. And guys, it is that simple. We work this business by doing these virtual grand openings, by talking to our friends and family, just making sure that the people we love and care about have equal access to justice. And with that, there's going to be a lot of people that's going to have an incredible Merry Christmas. No. Right, Drake? I'm ready to go to south of France, man. No.
Listen, we will have 20 people that earn 20,000 by Christmas. It's really just that simple. It's not a question of if it's going to work. Many of you guys are already familiar with the movement. You're familiar with the leaders that you see. And when the leaders that you find out are attached to this, you're going to know you're at the right place at the right time. So really right now, this is a pre-launch call. get back with the person who introduced you. Tell them you want to solidify your position of equity. Get started with us. We have trainings that take place every single week, really almost every single day. In some facet, something is happening. Listen, take you, your BFF, your business partner, y'all go to training. You earn $400 just to go to training. You know why? Because the company doesn't want people out there talking about something that they don't know what they're talking about. So listen, go get paid $400 to learn how to protect families. Let's make some money. Let's create more six-figure earners in this company than the company actually has now. I don't know about y'all, but I'm looking to double what this company has already been able to do.
That's 700, Mr. Drake. So we got our work cut out. We got 700 of them right now.
Hey, it starts now, and I got you. I got your leadership, so it's good.
Let's go. I'm always up for a challenge.
All right, y'all. Let's make it happen. Tap in with us. Let's go.
Let's go, guys.